You're watching BWTM. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and leave your comments. Love to read them. Okay, our next story is one that I have a great interest in, simply because growing up, Marvel and DC were hugely influential, more so Marvel at the time. My mum would buy me comics. It would improve my reading skills, and I'd get 3 comics. My Friday after school, I'd go to the newsagents, pick up my 3 comics to read over the weekend. And there were Spider-Man comics. I had them from my first year secondary school right through to last year secondary school. So this particular topic is of great interest. The article I'm going to read came through this morning via my mobile phone. I thought, wow. So Spider-Man, hugely influential in my own life growing up. So yeah, let's get into the story. Now, the article is in The Guardian. I'll still read the title and we'll start from there. Marvel executive says emphasis on diversity may have alienated readers. Marvel Comics vice president of sales tells Summit that some stores may say people have had enough of new female and ethnic minority characters. Great, it's a good start. Marvel vice president of sales has blamed declining comic book sales on the studio's efforts to increase diversity and female characters, saying that readers were turning their noses up at diversity and didn't want female characters out there. Nice. Over recent years, Marvel has made efforts to include more diverse and more female characters, including new iterations of fan favorites, including a female Thor, Riri Williams, a black teenager who took over the Iron Man storyline as Ironheart, Miles Morales, a biracial Spider-Man, and Kamala Khan, a Muslim teenager who is the current Miss Marvel. But speaking at Marvel Retailer Summit about the studio's falling comic sales since October, David Gabriel told ICV2 that retailers had told him that fans were sticking to old favorites. What we heard was that people didn't want any more diversity, he said. They didn't want female characters out there. That's what we heard, whether we believe that or not. He added, I don't know that that's really true, but that's what we saw in sales. Any character that was diverse, any character that was new, or female characters, anything that was not core Marvel character, people turning their noses at. Gabriel later issued a clarifying statement saying that some retailers felt that some core Marvel heroes were being abandoned, but there was a readership for characters like Miss Marvel and Miles Morales who are excited about those new heroes, and added, and let me be clear, our new heroes are not going anywhere. We are proudly excited to keep introducing unique characters that reflect new voices and new experiences into the Marvel universe and pair them with iconic heroes. We have also been hearing from stories that welcome and champion our new characters from stores, not stories, sorry, and titles, and want more. So we're getting both sides of the story, and only upcoming change we're making is to ensure that we don't lose focus on our core heroes. Online readers scorned Gabriel's remarks, pointing to Marvel's tendency over the last few years to focus on restarting, rebooting storylines, creating a complicated web of interwoven universes, as well as the overwhelming input the fans struggle to keep up with. So at Alicia Rice says, I love how Marvel thinks people are tired of diversity. No, I'm tired of watching Ben die 3 million or 36 billion times. Anthony John Agnello says, An idiotic conclusion, Marvel. I stopped buying your books because of the high price and event fatigue, not diversity. Manu says, Marvel thinks diversity is ruining their sales. I don't know. Maybe turning Captain America, a worldwide symbol, into Nazi has something to do with it. Ooh. Writer Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel series, G. Willow Wilson, responded to Gabrielle's comments, writing that diversity as a form of performative guilt doesn't work, and criticizing Marvel's tendency to introduce the new iterations of fan favorites by killing off or humiliating the original character who wants a legacy if the legacy is shitty. A huge reason Miss Marvel has struck the chord it has is because it deals with the role of traditionalist faith in the context of social justice, and there was apparently an untapped audience of people from a wide variety of faith backgrounds who were eager for a story like this, she wrote. Nobody could have predicted or planned for that. That being in the right place at the right time with the right story, burning a hole in your pocket. One retailer told ICV2 that increased diversity has brought a new clientele to his store. One thing about the new books that go through my store, they don't sell the numbers that I would like, he said. They do bring in a different demographic, and I'm happy to see that money in my store. So the article is out. Contrasting views. The article came out Monday, and it's by Cian Kane. Well, there's lots to talk about there. I'm going to pick this apart. I don't quite know how I'm going to pick it apart, but I will do. Let's see. Well, first and foremost, it is good to have diversity, but to have diversity just for diversity's sake doesn't cut it. You've got characters that are non-diverse that have been strong for hundreds of years, if you want to say. You've got Spider, or not hundreds of years, it's going on a bit over the top, but have been around a long time. Iconic figures in Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, the Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk was so because he's a Caucasian when he starts off, but then he turns green. You've got the Thing, who's a Caucasian, and then they're looking brown like brick. So that's two two characters there. Of course, with Marvel, you've got Blade. I think Steel, which was played by Shaq, poorly played by Shaq. Who else have we got? What's his name? Luke Cage, another, who now has got his own TV series on Netflix. My thoughts are this. I think, first of all, growing up, these were the cold hard facts that the one iconic figure that was around as a young black boy growing up, it was Mr. T. I identified Mr. T as a strong man that looked like myself. I could identify with that. So when the A-Team had their characters out, Mr. T was that character. You know, you want to grow up to be like Mr. T. And psychologically, that has a effect as a young boy. You're reading comics about all your peers that can be seen as a guy that can fly in the sky, a guy that gets bitten by a spider, can climb up walls, a guy that can, you know, get super strength and represents their country. Yeah, and you as a young black boy are reading these comics, but you don't see your own self reflected in that. Certainly not in my era. You're not seeing that reflected. You know, you're the guy in this. You're the guy that's jumping out and saying, "Oh, look at look! Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Superman. It's a Caucasian guy flying across." You know, and I'm not making this about color, but there is a problem, and there has been a problem, because it's just one race that seems to be able to be supreme. Nobody else seems to be able to have a look in. And so when they do seem to get a look in, and there's examples, you know, going back in movie times, those people who've watched movies would know that the black characters, they were always the first ones to get shot. they were always the first ones to get, you knew they were going to get killed or attacked or taken out the storyline real quickly. Or, you know, even in stereotypical TV shows, you're seeing black characters that are in shows where they have to be the criminal or the rapist or the drug dealer or the bad guy on the street. Never uplifting things, never uplifting sort of character. And so when you've got, when I saw Blade on the big screen, that was fantastic seeing Wesley Snipes, a well-known actor. That's why he pulled it off well. He was a well-known actor that pulled it off. Had a good storyline. Blade did excellent. Then you have Steel, that was done by Shaq O'Neal, the basketball player, which is just rubbish, you know, and just looked cheap and budgety like. Then you look at movies like Superman or, you know, Spider-Man, or the Incredible Hulk, Batman's, you know, all these iconic figures, whether it be DC or Marvel, they've had good storylines, great productions, and then the comic books have been good storylines as well. So it's nice to have, it's great to have diversity. For the young people growing up today, they can see themselves in the comic books. They can see themselves on the big screen. You know, they've now got Black Panther coming out, which is going to be, I think, will be amazing, and directed by somebody who has roots and can understand, you know, the culture, the black culture, which is great. So you've got a black director directing it. Fantastic. But again, it's no point in just being black for black's sake, or because he's black, be a director. No, he be a damn good director, not because of color, but obviously that qualifies you for color. But of course, the next thing is you have to have the skills to be able to pull it off. So going back to the comic situation, it's no point having an iron girl or iron heart with a poor storyline. And you've got a poor storyline with the character very poor, you know, very, very badly written, deliberately badly written, poor character storyline, and fitting around strong characters. So what is the interest for you to be into these characters? Now here, look, the CW network, they are trying their best. You look at Arrow, and you look at The Flash. These are two good TV series that are on at the moment, and I love them. I love The Flash, and I love Arrow, and I love Supergirl. The main leads are Caucasian, and Stephen Amell, what's his name again? Can't remember I can see his name now. The guy who plays Barry Allen, fantastic. Grant Gustin, fantastic. And of course, Melissa, I think it's Benoit. I think it's Benoit. I could be wrong. But Melissa, they all play great lead characters. Great lead characters. Pull it off fantastically well. And of course, the guy that plays the Daredevil as well, all do fantastically well. Now, their supporting cast, or the person that's black or mixed race or non-Caucasian. Now in Arrow, you got Diggle. Diggle, he's big, he's strong, he's a ex-military man, and he runs around all season with a gun. The Arrow's got all sorts of different weaponry. He is master of fighting and like almost like a Batman, and Diggle runs around with a gun. That's his backup. Again, in The Flash, you've got Barry Allen's stepfather, or the guy that looked after him when his dad went to prison. The detective, again, he runs around with just a gun against metahumans every week. Is the same damn thing. So again, but the CW network, to their credit, has got some great storylines, but it's just a shame that the characters that are non-black, the characters that are black have like unrealistic, every week they're coming against forces that their little pistol gun is never enough for, unless they're fighting other humans. So for me, a lot of work has to be done, but there has been progression. But the progression needs to be better. It needs to be quicker. But the storylines need to be more solid. And then, and only then, I think. But it just shows you, in terms of diversity, what the problem has been for so many years, that people have just allowed it to be. People have allowed it to be. And now that diversity is being challenged and more diverse characters are coming in, and we're not just talking about black and white characters now. We're also talking about characters that are not heterosexual. Gay characters are now coming out in, and gay storylines are now coming out within the Marvel universe. On top of that, I mean, even in the CW network, Supergirl's sister is, you know, she's lesbian, and there's a great storyline lead up to that. But that's another angle and turning things around as well. Now you have a Muslim superhero. So, well, all the superheroes in the past, you can only think, well, they all were Christian. So now you've got a Muslim. So what happens if you don't believe in Jesus, or you're an atheist? What happens then? So diversity is great. It's allowing all cultures to be a part, and be a part of the Marvel, DC, or comic universe, which is great. Let's be frank here. Comic book universe is a great way to engage young people in how to read. It's a great tool to getting young people to read. I don't think my reading would have developed as fast as it did without those comic books. That was an incentive, and you know, it's going to be even more of a incentive for these young people now growing up to see this, to see themselves, and be able to see themselves within these comic books, and be able to read and experience and see themselves even on the big screen, and grow up, say, listen, I can be that great individual. Gives them, you know, something to aspire to become. So for me, it's people that can use this topic here and be very diverse with it, diverse with it, and use it as a pulling the race card, or you can just look at it. The plain facts are, for too long, it's been the Marvel universe has been one which is been dominated by Caucasians, and now it's time to have a mixture, not just of people that are black, or people that are Indian, or people are from different races, but now to have different religions, different backgrounds, different nationalities. It's great to see in the DC universe now that there's a nice mixture of people from different backgrounds. So it's good to see that in the DC universe with the Justice League, and something that everyone can kind of relate to there. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman is from Israel. You've got Cyborg, Black American, or Black African American, if you want to use that. And you got the two main characters, Batman and Superman, or Caucasian. That's fine, but it's nice to have a different take of things. The big argument at the moment while we're at it, talking about James Bond and Idris Elba, yeah, it's not fit for him to be a James Bond. It's okay, but it's okay for, you know, characters that are non-Caucasian to be played by Caucasians. I think it's kind of double standards there, and for me, I think the best way is to, if you're gonna bring this diversity thing about, then do it in a way that the people that are doing it have the passion and the heart to see it happen. And there needs to be diversity at the top. I don't know what Marvel and DC are like, but if you've got somebody at the top there, or near the top there, that can have an input that is from a diverse background and a diverse culture, then that will make, in terms of writing, be able to come across far more engaging to somebody who understands, rather than somebody who's doing the research on it. So I think that's some good steps for the future if it's not already been done. Again, it's good to see diverse characters, and long may it continue. And I think that Gabriel, in my personal opinion, his statement he made that sales are falling, he could have spun that and said, you know what? It's great to see more diverse characters within the Marvel universe, and we at Marvel support that, rather than coming off with a negative connotation and saying, well, sales are falling, but we support it. No, 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 no. We should have said is, hey, you know what? Diversity is, we are going to work and have more diverse characters, and we're proud of our diverse characters, and they're going nowhere, and we are going to back them and have strong storylines and strong characters, and have those will be taking the lead. Now it will be interesting to see whether these lead characters are at the mercy of these new characters, i.e., is Ironheart ever going to save Tony Stark? Is Miles Morales ever going to jump in and save Peter Parker? The stories like that, I think, would be interesting. Black Panther having his own movie is going to be very interesting as well. We've waited how long to have a big budget movie with an iconic character, and Black Panther has been talked about for years. In 2018, finally, we're going to see Black Panther. We saw him in the Marvel universe, and he looked great with the Avengers. It was great to see him in that. We'll see how his story. I hope that's a great storyline, and he does the Black Panther story and the comic book character or a great service. Again, it's great to see, a storyline and to see characters that are representative of Black Panther. That's fantastic to see. However, just because they're all black, or the main characters are all black, again, it's going to have excellent acting to it. It's going to have an excellent storyline. Or, like I said, it's just black for black's sake. And again, I'm not for that. If you're going to be doing something, do it well, or don't leave it alone. So I hope and pray that Black Panther is going to be a box office smash hit. So I think that's it. I think those are my thoughts about Marvel Universe and Marvel Comics. Slightly disappointed about what they've said. However, it's good to see these new characters, and long may they continue. You've been watching BWTM. Thanks for watching.